Danny, no, I have to be honest with you. I really, really couldn't give a shit about Gavin Turk or where he fucking lives. Right? Okay, well, let's get on with this. Hey, kids, what time is it? Hey, so I'm going to have to update a bit on this, right? Because I went there, I went to the exhibition, YBA and Beyond or something like that, right? And the first thing I noticed was a good bit of old Francis sausage. And I like Francis sausage, all that with a no business, especially. But didn't really help anything because you just look round and saw this massive fucking Damien Hirst thing. And you know what? I fucking love a shark in the fish tank, me. But that, what was that? That was just a fish tank without the fish or the shark. And I'm just not interested, right? And then there was a bit of Liam Gillick. I didn't even know he was there. Didn't even see it. What are they doing? He's like one of the best ones. And I couldn't even see him. Bastards. Fucking hell. And then Jake and Dina Chapman, well, I'll give them credit because they did something quite good. And that was that uh, disasters of war business. And it's kind of like, it wasn't hell, you know, it wasn't fucking hell, but it was disasters of war. And I thought, all right, that's actually all right. And people were interested. You just kind of look at them and think, all right. And then looked up and Gilbert and George are there with their cocks out. And I thought, all right, we can do that. I didn't mind it, but it's like just what it was, right? I've seen them a couple of times around the East End, They didn't have their cocks out then, but this time they did. And then the worst one, now right, I remember seeing it in London back in the day, right? And it said Gavin Turk lived here. And I thought, who the fuck is Gavin Turk? And of course, like you should do if you don't know arts, you're going to research them a little bit and you find them out. But isn't it Danny, isn't it? It's a little bit too much to expect. Like, like someone that come 6,000 miles away. And then for someone you never met to give a shit about where you lived once. Doesn't even make sense to me. Why? In the first place, I didn't think it was very good, but 6,000 miles away, it's really not very good. And I miss Rachel White read, which was like disappointing. Not one of her famous works then. David Shrigley, right, yeah. Julian Opie, well, he comes to Japan all the time, doesn't he? It's like he lives here. And there's a Wolfgang Tillman's room. Why on earth would anyone need that? Why would you go heavy on that? Really? I must admit, I didn't mind a bit of the Mark Lecky stuff, with the dancing and the Northern Soul and all that business. Because I liked a bit of a dance back in the day. Don't I, Danny? And then like got some Tracy Emin work, and like, not that long ago, I bumped into her in Margate. But this work, if you're showcasing, showcase, right? Do something, make it interesting. Got Steve McQueen's bear, which is always good to see. And then, a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of Grayson Perry, a bit of Sarah Lucas, Cornelia Parker's Dark Matter, which is always good to see as well. I can't enjoy that, but still British Shed, blown up, re-exhibit in a room, shipped to Japan and re-exhibit in another room. I, so the YBA exhibition, to me, it's all a bit heavy on the Y. You know what I mean? Didn't pay much to get in, but, you know, but I was in there for a while. I tried to look at as much as I possibly could. And then after I left, I looked around the shop and I thought, why, why does the YBA exhibition catalogue not have any English translation? Why? 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 And then, got to be honest, I went to the graduates exhibition next door. You know what? I found it more interesting. And I thought to myself, you know, you're going to spend all this money dragging artwork 6,000 miles away, and you're going to have a load of people going in there and just thinking, well, the bloody students' exhibition next door was better. Sell yourself. Come on. I was there back in the day, and I know you can do better. Can't they, Danny? All right, that's it then. Right, has it stopped? Have you got a goldfish tank, Danny? Have you? All right. How about we go down to butcher's and get a pig or something like that? Just kind of, feeling a bit homesick.